Welcome to DZR, day 2 of our E3 coverage. I'm Ogaz, and of course, for this epic day, which is epic, we're talking Microsoft, Ubisoft, Sony, and PC in one day. Not enough minutes to talk about it, but of course, with us is the ever awesome Binary Numb. How are you, sir, for day 2?
Good morning.
Did you survive, Binary?
I'm a little bit late today, but yeah, I survived. What a day it was. It was good.
We've just been watching trailers in between sleep. Well, actually, we haven't really been sleeping. We've just been watching trailers and then podcasting, right?
That's our life for the whole week. Yeah.
There's a noticeable missing quantity in the Discord community right now, and a few of us are part of that. And of course, one of the big guys being missed right now is Mr. Golden Boy. How are you feeling, my friend?
I'm great. It's not 5:30 in the morning like it is for you, for Binary, but it's late over here, man. And like I said, I've been watching trailers and movie. I've been at work watching this stuff, man. It's almost overwhelming. It's almost overwhelming, but it's awesome, man. I'm really happy about some of the stuff we're seeing.
Yeah, it was. As I was saying to Binary before, I think I watched half of the Microsoft conference in my car on the way to work, and then mm-hmm. a little bit in the office, and then it's been exciting. But of course, Microsoft did kick it off, and all credit to him. Phil Spencer came out, and they dropped the bomb of the Xbox Slim. Was their first thing they brought out. Binary, you got a glimpse of that new sexy white console?
I did get a glimpse, and oh my god, it's 40% smaller. Everything is integrated. I'm slightly annoyed at how cool it is.
And by 40% smaller, we should clarify that means it's now the same size as the PS4. Yeah.
It's smaller than the PS4.
Poor PlayStation. Yeah. No, I mean poor Xbox in that case. You know what I mean? Like it's the PS4 is a tighter unit. It always has been. And the Xbox has just been so massive. So it's about damn time.
Always has been.
What do you got? 2 terabyte internal, integrated power supply, 4K video, Blu-ray support. Yeah.
HDR gaming too. Yeah.
Oh, HDR gaming. What does that mean?
It's just video rendering.
They didn't know either. They didn't know. Everyone was wondering, like, what is HDR? Like, there's 4K, but what does HDR mean? They never really explained it.
Yeah, I presume it's some sort of graphical, like bloom or some enhancements to the software that boost the graphical.
It's high dynamic range imaging.
There you go. That's what I meant. Yeah. But of course, aside from the Slim, they promoted their big opener, and I think the motive throughout the entire conference for them was Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. And if I hear that phrase one more time, Gold, did you get sick of that phrase?
They wore it out, man. They really did. Yeah, I mean, everything that they mentioned was cross-compatible, which, again, that's great. But it's almost like kind of shooting you in the foot a little bit because, why are you going to go buy a new Xbox if you already have a really great PC and you can still play their games? But, so if I heard it one more time, I thought I was just, going to shoot myself. It was ridiculous.
Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
It was brilliant though, wasn't it? It was good. You can buy an Xbox game, you get it. You can play on your Xbox, turn it off, and then play on your PC. Exactly.
Which is cool. Off. Yeah.
And if you own it on Xbox, you own it on PC. I think it's a great move.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. And the original Games for Windows Live is something that they tried many moons ago and was a dismal failure. But of course now with Windows 10, it sounds like, of course, it's all just built into the Xbox store, isn't it? So I guess they're kind of circumventing Steam and the other PC usual software platforms. So I'm not sure if every PC player will be all over it because of that. But certainly if they've got an Xbox, why not, right?
It's going to be interesting to see if you have a PC and an Xbox in the house, whether you can use the same account and have both games running at the same time.
Oh, I didn't. That's nice.
I think a friend of mine tried that with Quantum Break. I think it is possible. So you can be playing, I'm pretty sure he had his PC running Quantum Break and the Xbox. But of course, you're only getting, it's still the same profile. So your achievements are are going to be mapped to the profile no matter what.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking it almost brings back the LAN party, but you're
Yeah, of course, but I mean, their flagship title, which they certainly mentioned at the beginning, aside Halo, we know that what is synonymous with Microsoft, it's Gears of War. Judgment was a bit quiet in terms of its release. I don't think it got the acclaim that Gears 1, 2, and 3 got. I was a big fan of good old Gears 2 and 3 for Horde mode back in the day. Used to really get in on that, but Gears of War 4, I think the three of us were chatting before, a little bit underwhelming, would you guys say? Golden, you seemed a bit underwhelmed before.
Yeah, I liked it. I guess at the very end, Marcus Phoenix made an appearance, so I guess he's not dead. But the gameplay looked just the same. The melee action was different. Of course, it looked brutal, that's fine. The looked like that the rifle was all over the place as usual. But, the graphics, which, that's what we have to come to, expect, that they're going to be really great. But, it's more the same, but like we said earlier, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Binary, you were thinking the same thing. I think you said that you felt that the presentation was nice, graphics looked good. I mean, there was a graphical upgrade. Did it look much different from what we know as Gears?
No, it didn't look any different from any of the Gears games we played, apart from, it had some stellar graphics, and that was it, actually. I was a little bit underwhelmed. I was expecting something for a next-generation console, graphics and capabilities. I felt, it wasn't as good as what other games are coming out and are to be, so a little bit underwhelmed, yeah. But I'll still buy it, and I'll probably still play it. I'll still sink quite a few hours into it, though, I think. But I'm looking forward to the multiplayer.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into a shotgun war, which pretty much Gears of War is usually. But I guess the interesting part was I found that the voiceover that they've obviously just done, and I think a few of the trailers had this. Maybe they just do set voices for for the game trailers. But man, to watch, it was quite a big gameplay chunk. Must have been about 3 to 4 minutes of gameplay we saw. And just these grating voice actors, it sounded like they were, you could tell they were in a recording studio. It didn't feel like they were in this scene. So maybe it was just part of the game trailers, but it was just really, I just found that quite distracting. But Killer Instinct was released, also was announced with the general RAM update. Speaking of enemies from Gears of War 4, I thought that was interesting, but not something very grandiose or significant. Certainly not as sexy and hot as I think Forza Horizon 3 was. Did you guys see Australia? Binary? Did you see my country?
I saw a couple of kangaroos, yeah.
You saw a kangaroo?
Yeah, I think I saw a koala get run over, but...
Oh, man.
It looked brilliant, though, didn't it?
It could have been any country. I don't know. The kangaroos were, I guess, it must be Australia. But that aside, Golden Boy, you said you were pretty excited, I noticed before.
Yeah, so I played a lot of the Need for Speeds back in the day, and I did some racing. And, I had a lot of fun with those. And, yeah, but this is different. And I would definitely... play this, man, and the way that it looks is just, it's sleek. It looks like the controls are good, but these are trailers, so what comes in the end is always questionable, and especially nowadays. They hype it up so much, and what's going to be the finished product is my question.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And Playground, look, they've smashed it out of the park time and time again. And I think a few commentators have mentioned this with Forza. They get it right, so they've just successfully got it right so many times in a row with both Forza Motorsport and Horizon. That we just expect the best. So it's almost like when you see another Forza Horizon or Forza Motorsport, like, oh, okay, yeah, another Forza's coming. It's like a victim of their own success in a way, which is kind of sad because Playground, as you say, they really bring that Need for Speed feel with Horizon. But well,
yeah, the co-op looks good. They're bringing players into the map in the same session. That looks good. So the whole multiplayer experience of that, I think, will really lift off. So the multiplayer experience I found quite clunky in the first two.
Yeah.
But so this one, when they showed the playable part of it, it looked good.
Yeah, so they're all dropping in on each other, weren't they? And then they just appeared and they all decided to race to the beach because that's where we race to in Australia.
and have a barbecue.
I was surprised they didn't pull out some trips on the Barbie, and just go while they're at it. But anyway, it's pretty cool. We don't get much press here down in this country, so I think I'm a little excited about it all. What did we saw after Forza? Oh, we saw Recall, right? Recall, which is that. What is Recall? I didn't really get. I saw it last E3. Did you guys get a feel for what it is?
I did a little. It looked with a grappling hook. It looked a little bit of like Zelda, a little bit, but not the same. Not the same graphics, not the same animation, but it looked like the play style almost was reminded me of Zelda, which is awesome.
I was going to say plays like Zelda, looks like Destiny. Yeah, I don't know much about Recall. It looked like a fun game to play. It was very artistic.
Yeah,
they didn't really show much physical, like actual gameplay itself. I think it was all game engine generated footage. But I still didn't get from the trailer what the whole story or the narrative actually was. So.
And whether or not there was a co-op or anything, that's what I was wondering.
No, but we'll find out in the next year what it's actually going to be, right?
Yeah, I don't think they've. In fact, I think they probably showed just as much as they'd shown in the past in their previous trailer. So it's kind of why I'm sitting here going, I love the look of it, I love the design of it, I love the creators behind it, but I don't know what it is. So anyway, I'm sure we'll get to it. Just like we'll get to Final Fantasy 15, which was different because we had the dudes, we had Square, we had, of course, Final Fantasy represent on the Xbox stage, which was kind of a bit jarring, I thought.
Yeah, that was a new one.
Like, it's clear that Phil Spencer's paid some good cash to get Square Enix up on stage and represent with Xbox, which was it doesn't really bother me, but I just found it quite different.
That was a first too, isn't it?
Really?
It's the first major, isn't it? The first major release on Xbox.
It was at the beginning. Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah.
But I'm sure Golden will talk more to that when we get to PS4, so I won't release the spoils there. But what was interesting was Xbox Live got some pretty different updates coming along. I like how they opened up with what was it? You could play your own custom soundtrack, and if anyone out there had an Xbox original back in the day, you would know that you could do it back then. So thank God that feature's back. That's pretty cool. It probably should have been there for a while, but I'll take it. What else did you see, Brian? Did you see the clubs and the arena stuff?
Yeah, so now they're releasing Xbox clubs, looking for group, and then there was obviously the crossplay as well. Xbox clubs, that's pretty cool. It's all community based, so you can actually set up your own communities straight from your Xbox.
So is that meant to be like clanning? Like, is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's just all about this whole Xbox being for the community players, right? So it looks good. I think I was actually more interested in LFG and Arena. LFG, we all know what looking for group is, so that's a pretty interesting concept. So it's taking away from the in-game matchmaking, which some of us love and some of us hate. So it sort of takes away from that entire mechanic. And then the arena one is actually probably the more... So Xbox already do a community app, so a community calendar, so you can arrange, like tournaments and things like that. So this arena is obviously an expansion to that.
Yeah, does this sound like a universal leaderboard? Is that what this...
Yeah, I think that's what that's touching on. So you can actually, just kick off a tournament and just battle against other people. So whether that game has that or not, the Xbox always will, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see what they're doing with it. The clubs thing, they used an example, if I remember, from Division. So the guy was saying, so I'm not sure if they're going to have like a filter protocol set up or something, because he actually was saying,
so you can do it by game, right?
Yeah, if you're in Division and you want to find two people to do the latest incursion, blah 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 blah. So I'm thinking that there might be like a filter search option where you can look for fellow gamers in this situation, which may be cool if there's enough players, I suppose. If there's not many, that could be a bit lonely.
You're still better off going to the DZR Discord, though.
There you go.
Plugs it.